We all love a refreshing, fizzy drink, and for many, Diet Coke is the go-to choice when looking to quench thirst without the added calories. But just because it's diet doesn't mean it's entirely harmless. In fact, within just 1 hour of drinking a can of Diet Coke, your body goes through several surprising and not-so-great changes. Let's take a deeper look at what exactly happens minute by minute as that cold can of Diet Coke makes its way through your system. 0 to 10 minutes, the moment you crack open that can and take your first sip, your body is immediately hit with a dose of artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose. These substitutes are often hundreds of times sweeter than sugar but contain 0 calories. Artificial sweeteners are lab-made substitutes designed to give you the taste of sugar without the calories. While they may seem like a blessing for anyone watching their weight, they can trick your body in ways you might not expect. As soon as these sweeteners hit your tongue, your taste buds send signals to your brain anticipating sugar. But here's the catch: there's no real sugar coming. Your brain is expecting that familiar energy spike, but it's left wanting. This can lead to cravings later on as your body starts to seek the sugar it thought it was getting. 10 to 20 minutes, once those sweeteners hit your system, your brain enters a bit of a confusion mode. It's like ringing the dinner bell and then serving an empty plate. Your brain's reward center lights up, but since there's no actual sugar to process, it can start to create a mismatch. Over time, this can dull your brain's natural ability to respond to sweetness, making you crave more sugar or sweeteners to get the same level of satisfaction. Drinking Diet Coke causes a small release of dopamine, the feel-good hormone. However, since there's no actual sugar being broken down, this can cause a feedback loop, making you want to drink more Diet Coke or sugary foods later in the day. 20 to 30 minutes, by the 20-minute mark, your body is in full processing mode and it's starting to get confused. Despite the lack of calories, your metabolic system has already begun reacting to the artificial sweeteners as though they were sugar. Even though there's no actual sugar in Diet Coke, studies suggest that artificial sweeteners can still trigger an insulin response. Insulin is your body's storage hormone, and when it rises, your body begins preparing to store sugar. But with no real sugar to store, this could leave you feeling low energy or craving more food to make up for the imbalance. Your body can't distinguish between artificial sweeteners and real sugar at first glance. This leads to mixed signals, creating what's known as metabolic confusion, which over time can contribute to weight gain or even conditions like insulin resistance. 30 to 40 minutes, now that Diet Coke has made its way through your stomach, you might start to notice some discomfort. This is where digestion issues can kick in. Artificial sweeteners, especially in larger quantities, have been linked to bloating, gas, and other digestive issues. While the carbonation in Diet Coke can be refreshing, it can also cause your stomach to fill up with air. The bubbles in Diet Coke can lead to an increase in gas in your digestive tract. You might notice you're feeling bloated or need to burp more often. In some people, this can escalate to stomach cramps or more serious digestive issues if consumed regularly. 40 to 50 minutes, you might think you're hydrating with that cool can of soda, but Diet Coke is actually doing the opposite. Diet Coke contains caffeine, a diuretic that makes you urinate more frequently. This can lead to dehydration, especially if you're not balancing it out with enough water. While it's not as dehydrating as coffee or tea, it can still cause you to lose more fluids than you're taking in. Along with extra bathroom trips, you're losing essential minerals and electrolytes, which your body needs to maintain balance. Over time, regular consumption can make staying hydrated more of a challenge, leaving you feeling sluggish. 50 to 60 minutes, as the arc closes, your body is experiencing a caffeine boost from the Diet Coke. This is where you might feel its effects on your heart and blood pressure. The caffeine content in Diet Coke might not be as high as that of coffee, but it's enough to give your heart a jolt. This can lead to a slight increase in your heart rate, especially if you're sensitive to caffeine. With that caffeine spike comes a brief increase in blood pressure. While this isn't usually dangerous for most people, those with existing blood pressure issues might want to think twice before reaching for a can of Diet Coke. So, is Diet Coke really the guilt-free drink it's marketed as? While it might save you some calories in the short term, the long-term effects on your brain, metabolism, and body systems might make you reconsider. From digestive discomfort to cravings and potential metabolic confusion, the health warnings are clear. Diet Coke might not be the best choice for your body. As always, moderation is key, and reaching for water or healthier alternatives could be the smarter choice. You might have a few questions that you've been asking yourself for a long time about Diet Coke, and I'm going to answer a few of them for you right now. Can Diet Coke increase blood pressure? Yes, the caffeine in Diet Coke can cause a short-term spike in blood pressure, especially for individuals sensitive to caffeine or with pre-existing conditions. Is it safe to drink Diet Coke every day? Regular consumption of Diet Coke can lead to long-term health effects such as metabolic changes, digestive issues, and even an increased risk of certain diseases. Moderation is advised. Does drinking Diet Coke cause weight gain? While Diet Coke is calorie-free, its artificial sweeteners may lead to metabolic confusion, making you crave more food and potentially leading to weight gain over time. Why do I crave more sweets after drinking Diet Coke? The artificial sweeteners in Diet Coke trick your brain into expecting sugar, which can lead to sugar cravings later as your body seeks the real deal. Does Diet Coke affect hydration? The caffeine in Diet Coke is a mild diuretic, meaning it can cause you to lose more fluids than you take in, which may lead to dehydration if not balanced with water.